Good afternoon, folks. We are just doing another test run of the Whiskey Games and Nerd Stuff live stream. This will be a second test run. I anticipate this to be kind of boring, but we're going to go ahead and do a playthrough of my city. Feel free to comment in the comment section, and we'll go from there. Gotta have my morning coffee. So my city roll and build is a roll and write from Cosmos. This is a really fun game. The basic premise is you're just rolling the dice and then building the buildings based on the dice. So what'll happen is you'll roll the dice, and each dice you'll match up the two little half circles, and that's going to be the building you're going to draw. This will be the type of building you're going to draw, and then later in later modes, this symbol comes into play where you'll build a specific type of building. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We will go ahead and play this and go from there. So I will go ahead and mute this. Actually, I'm not going to worry about muting it. So we'll see how it comes through. But so the first thing we'll do is we are going to go ahead and roll our dice. And you see how they line up here. So this is going to be the shape of the building, and this will be the type of building. One of the things that I will do, and you don't have to do this, is I will utilize colored pencils to signify the different types of buildings. For me, it's easier that way, but you don't have to do that. So what we're going to do is we are going to draw our first building, and you have to start with the river. So this will be the building. And that'll signify that type of building. And I'm going to go ahead and grab something really quick. We'll see if putting this a little higher helps out with this or not. All right, so we will go ahead and I'm not sure how well that helps. Let's turn on the light. There, that seems to come across a little bit better. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and roll our dice again. And now we've got two in here. This symbol won't come into play for this first round. So now we got to do a solid. And you have to, the corresponding buildings have to be next to another building. So this is going to be what I call the two spot. And we will go ahead and fill it in right here. And then that'll signify the two spot. So then we'll go ahead and roll our dice again. This will be the box. It's a solid. And then across the river is considered adjacent. So we will go ahead and fill that. And for the users that just joined in, this is just a test run that we're doing on the live stream. I think I've only done this once for about a minute. Please feel free to make any comments in the comment section. I anticipate this to be just very boring. I'm just going through a playthrough of my city, so don't expect anything too entertaining. Just testing this out for the most part. But if you have any comments in the comment section, please feel free to ask. If I see it, I'll go ahead and respond. We are playing My City Roll and Build. Really fun game. If you have access to Board Game Arena, they do have this on Board Game Arena, and it is a lot of fun to play. So we were going to go ahead, roll our dice again. We have another two spot with the solid building. So we will go ahead and draw another solid two spot. And then we will go ahead and roll our dice again. So now we have a stripe L. So that actually will come, it's going to make things a little bit easier for us, because what I wanted to do is cover this right here. There we go. And then in the later levels, I really enjoy this game. This game you can get for fairly cheap. In the later levels, you'll get extra points if you have similar buildings next to each other. I don't know if you can see that. So you'll have similar buildings next to each other, but for this first round, you're just putting the buildings in. I do try and get in the habit of putting the similar buildings in because every other episode going forward, you do get those additional points. But for this first round, you're just getting points for all the trees that are still there. You get minus points for any rocks that are left over or any empty spaces. So let's go ahead and roll again. And I don't know how well the sound is coming through on this. So if you're hearing anything with the sound or heavy breathing or anything like that, please feel free to let me know. All right, now we have a small X. So let's see, how do we want to draw this one? Let's take a look. And you do not have to use colored pencils when you do this. I use the colored pencils, one, because for me, it just seems kind of easier than using the standard pencil. And for me, it's just aesthetically more pleasing than just using a standard pencil is. Let's go ahead and roll again. All right, so now we have a 2-spot solid. So let's go ahead and figure out where we want to put this 2-spot. Let's go ahead and put it next to this one. Hopefully everybody's having a good morning. Or if it's not morning where you're at, hopefully you're having a good day. Let's go ahead and have some more coffee. All right, let's go ahead and shake these dice again. We have another 2-spot. It's a 2Xer. So we will go ahead and, we're going to put the 2Xer right there. And then we can save this for a 4-spot. So there's 2 shapes in here that will always throw you off in the later rounds. It's the 4-spot, the square, and it's this shape. So you always, especially as you're going in the later, towards the end of this particular episode or other episodes, try and leave your spaces for this so you don't have to pass and lose some points. Let's go ahead and check again. All right, we have stripes. And we have another little L. So let's see, where do we want to put this? I know what we'll do is we will go up here and do it right here. And remember, that has to be adjacent, and across the river is considered adjacent. Let's go ahead and check again. We have another 2-spot, and this will be stripes. So let's go ahead and, let's just continue our little spot where we're coming up here with the stripes, or the 2 spots going up. All right, let's go ahead and roll again. All right, so this is one of those spots, again, this is one of those shapes that you want to save spots for because it can be difficult to fill. So we've got a solid, but because I was saving this, now this might bite us in the butt here in a bit, and I'll show you why. So we will go ahead and fill this in. However, it's going to leave an empty spot for a 1er and an empty spot there. Chances are we'll get at least one more 1-spot towards the end of this, but we're probably not going to get 2. So that may come to bite us before we finish this round. So let's go ahead and check again. So we have a 2-spot with an X. All right, let's go ahead and move it up here into this area. And we'll see if that worked out or not. Okay, we have a 3-spot X. And let's see, where do we want to go with this 3-spot? Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Nice, that worked out. Let me go ahead and take some coffee. And again, for those watching, I'm just kind of testing out this live stream. Not exactly sure how this works, how the sound quality or video quality is coming across. So if you happen to notice something and are able to chat, please feel free to make a comment in the comment section. let's go ahead and try this again. We have a solid L. And where do we want to put this? How do we want to do this? Let's see. Trying to think the best spot to do this in. Oops. And if you see any misplays, feel free to say something in the comment section. I don't like this one in particular. I guess because if we go here, I'm not going to get that rock. And remember, they have to be adjacent. So I could do this, but this I feel like is going to be a bad move. So we will go ahead and do this for the L. My little crappy shading in. Now what sucks is we have a 4 spot here, but if we get this shape, we're just going to be out of luck. So let's go ahead and try again. And we've got a 4 spot, a 4 long. Unfortunately, we don't have one that we could fill it in. So we have to fill this in right here. So we're going to lose a point on the next round or at the end of this for the scoring. So let's go ahead and try once more. Okay, we've got a 2Xer. So let's go ahead and fill in this over here, which is going to be the harder spot. And let's go ahead and roll again. We have a 2 solid. All right, we're getting there. Let's go ahead and fill in this right here for the 2 because I think we're going to have to call it here. We will try one more. We have a 3L, which had we not done the 2 there, we could have done it. We are going to have to pass again, which unfortunately is going to put us at a -2. We're going to give it one more roll. This is not a good game for us. So let's go ahead and shake. And we're not going to be able to do this. So we are going to go ahead and end the game right here. Unfortunately, the scoring is not going to be very good. So we've got a -3 right here. We do have all the trees, and I believe there's 18 on the first one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We covered all the rocks, so we're not going to lose anything for the rocks. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 empty spots. So we've -8 points there, -3 for not constructing a building. So 18 minus 11 only gives us a starting score of 7 points, which is not good. So this was episode 1 of My City Roll and Build live stream. Hopefully when I play this back, the sound didn't come across too bad. You could hear it. I will be, like I said, experimenting with this. The live streaming is a little bit different. It's not something I've done a whole lot of. But once we get kind of a good feeling for the sound, the lighting and all that fun stuff, my intention is to have a regular game night where we go ahead and do the live streaming and give people the opportunity to ask questions and interact. For the 3 people that were watching this, I do really appreciate you taking the time to watch this with me. Please like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And feel free to make some comments in the comment sections when this gets posted into anything that you liked or didn't like. And until next time, folks, cheers.